Good evening, guys. It's a 5:14 p.m. Today is Tuesday, and we had a roller coaster ride again. One more day, So this is not a healthy environment, by the way. To trade both ES and NQ. So NQ is good actually in a way, but due to ES, you can't hold on to NQ for longer. So it's very tricky. But 47 to 27 is a gray area in ES. Do not trade in that area. Above 47 favor longs in ES. Below 27 you can short only if NQ is moving lower. Okay, for NQ stay long above both dream numbers and below both dream numbers. If ES is moving down, then you can short, right? So from this note, all I am saying is 27 to 47 do not trade area. Above 47 long, and NQ above dream number buyers, below dream number. If ES is moving lower, then short. Okay, dream numbers 437, 456. Okay, so 437, 456 above buyers, right? So during the news time 8:30, price went to 437, right? And then try to hold it, and then right of the open straight up, right? So above dream numbers area, this dotted lines favor longs, right? Now ES, right? So ES above 47 favor longs. So here, so 47 line, which is this, right, which is right around here. So this is not considered above 47 favor long scenario, right? Like you need to see a good candle, correct? So this is not above 47. So 47 to 27 gray area, do not trade, right? So technically there is no trade here, right? If you're not trading, then correct, because this is a no trading zone. That means it can do ping pong, or there is no guarantee where price is gonna go with move within this area. And you can see it entire day till 350, right? It stayed within that range. Then at the tail end at 355 it broke below it, but that is not considered broken range, right? But it's a gray area, right? So it stayed there. So if you do not trade, it's fine, right? That's why I said do not trade. NQ above dream number, stay long. So you have to stay long. That's it. It is that simple if you want to trade it, right? Specific guidelines, because the market is choppy. Now, how do you trade this then? So we know market is choppy, right? So if you look at it, see, sometimes you have to zoom the chart like this. See? Now, tell me, is it market is trending? Do you see any trend here? This is like last 6 days. So there is no trend here. If there is no trend, then how do you expect me to give you the right level and me talking about trending information? There is no trend here. That means price can literally go here, 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 anywhere, come back down, up and down, See, that's why finally I decided today that this is damn gray area, Trading is not necessary. We have to do it in this area because it's garbage. Technically entire this damn thing is garbage, right? So now you understand it's a garbage area. So no one, if you can find one person that can give you the label which says this is going to work this side or this side, it's a fake. You won't be able to find it, because price is range bound, that's it. But still we are trying to navigate here, right? So today I said specific range, which is this range, right? NQ I didn't say that. NQ I said above this longs, right? Now with that thing is out of the scope, right? Now let's talk about this. Right here, 6:10 AM, 5:16, 427, 37 area became Globex low, so above stick with longs, right? This is at 6:10 AM when I started writing notes around 5:30, 5:45. So 6 AM I typed it, right? So 6 AM was right around here. When price was here, I said 437.27, which is this line, you know, above favor longs, right? Now $629, right? So I didn't type it after watching this price, right? So I typed it way ahead, 629, which is around this time. That 47.27 gray area above, try to favor long, right? Another scenario, do not trade as long as ES is between this at all. See that? So there is no trading, right? Now $43,817, 43.44 area in ES, important to watch today with some room back to my point of above 47 favor long. So basically I'm saying 43 to 47, you know, important to watch. Okay, so I'm giving you all these points, so in Discord also, you know, way early apart from the notes. And then, so now all the notes given, right? So 43.44 is important, right? And 47 to watch of the open. So it opened at 38 or so, right? NQ right of the open get go from this area, key area, right, above favor longs. So NQ has an open drive. So NQ had an open drive right of the open like this. Right? When I see this 1, 2, 3 candle up to here, NQ has an open drive, right? So NQ is the strongest one for buyers so far, and it's marching higher and higher every day. And if NQ is showing you an open drive, right, ES may join that party, and today could be the day where ES may break out of this balance. So going forward, every day we have to think through that scenario that one day, either tonight, tomorrow morning, day after, it will break out or break down. Something will happen, right? So today it was an open drive. So ES may break out, right? That was the whole idea. So despite the internals being in a very negative territory, right, we took the long right at 38, yeah, and NQ I took the long at 460 or 62, somewhere around 456 basically. That was my level, you know, that's where I took the long. Okay, and now because the moment I see first two candles in NQ, so this was like 2-minute candle, right? So in 1 minute it is like shooting higher like this. See that? 1, 2, 3, right? So up to this point, so this was an open drive for me, like this. See, I was watching this level, right? See here I put a comment also. When I shared my notes, I said real buyer will try to keep it above dream number, and that's a preferred buyer's area. So it bounced from it, right? And like a open drive. So that's why now I don't want to see a pullback, a bigger pullback, you know. I want to see just price slicing and higher, right? At the same time, hold on guys. Sorry guys, I had a phone call. So where I was, okay, so I was here, right? So say I'm showing you like kind of like opening price action, right? I'm hiding the price action after this because that's the same way I can explain you, right? That's the only way. So now you can see ES also, see that? So and then ES pullback. See, that's where I went long, and couple of members also went long. Okay, so see this is the pullback, right at the dream number. So I didn't want to see price after, see, once I locked in as an open drive, right, these things, I do not want price to pull back more, because then the whole purpose of open drive is gone. You know, the day is screwed basically. If price goes below this, day is screwed, you know, and then I cannot trade based on the open drive idea. So I wanted to see pullback and hitting this level, go above this. If it doesn't and fails and come back down, day is screwed, you know. ES same thing, right? 43, 44 and 47. I want price to go through it and hold it, not come down, right? So this was the long. Okay, then look at what happened in an ES. Came down. So here I was holding it, but I also said since ES was the weakest one, right, compared to NQ, it's a super weak actually. So, and it couldn't go through couple of days in a row now. It couldn't go through this 50, right? So ES falls. I said if ES falls, right, then it may go below this by a point or so, and you want to see a failed breakdown if NQ is holding above this too at that point when ES breaks down, you know. So that means you can go long here also in that scenario, assuming NQ is holding. Okay, that's why instead of going long again here, I was holding this long even though price went against me. Okay, then you can see price touched this low, it even go below it and bounce. At this point, right, I was so sure that it is going to skyrocket high, because at that time it was like 940, right, when NQ pulled back, which is this, correct? Then NQ went higher, correct? At this point, when it broke out about this preferred sellers and yesterday's high, previous day's high, like this, you do not want to see NQ even going below this 479 or even 86. Okay, so at that time ES was like here, see, 47 touch. Now here I said I am going to take a profit 90%, one contract I will leave it on. So here I took the profit, right, because everything was good, but the way ES coming down here after breaking this against me, this story, I did not like it. So that was a long setup here, right? But the event whichever happened here, that was not good. So I always make a note, you know, that okay, it went against me, something happened here, this is not strong, because this is a sign of sellers. So now it went through it, right? So I do not want NQ to come down below this and ES to go below this 45 even. And just I want to see a next candle up, but this is all assumption, right? Because I know people play game here, you know. Since gap fill was at 51, it was easy for a price to go higher and fill the gap, right? But since I am watching price day in day out every single day from last so many years, right? I know people used to play games, smart folks. So they will not fill the gap, but instead they will bring more buyers right from here. That means they will, by doing this price action, right, all the intraday buyers will go long right here with this bar close, and they will be on board with open dry concept. While I am taking profit here, they are going long, right, assuming that it will fill the gap and skyrocket high, right? But I know smart people plays their game, so they may not fill the gap, brings the price down, then later fill the gap, possible, you know. So with that idea in mind, you know, I took the profit right at this line. So I need a level to take profit, right? I cannot just take that. So ES was at 47. Now let's look NQ. See that? So what was the time? It was around 9:47. 9:47 right here. Okay? So I said I'm going to take profit, and I got enough points for the day, and I'm going to leave one contract with stop at right here, you know, somewhere around here, 41 or so. And in Q, I will leave the stop at, I think I put it at 476, 46, right? So 473. And I will say this is enough room, you know, if it wants to come down. And below that, day is screwed. Okay. So now let's watch. See that? It didn't even fill the gap. Now look at 42. See that? So here, ES, right? Like almost stopped me out here. Even though it did not touch 42, it stopped me out. NQ, look at this, 476, right? So it was, I was still 3 point ahead, right? 473 was my stop. So here that was the sign that now day is almost screwed, the way it sliced through both this line. So I could have cut my trade right here, because knowing now 486, in this code I said 486 now can act as a resistance, and if that is the case, sellers are proving their point and price may come down here. At that point, now the day is screwed basically. I know I will get stop out, and I will get stopped out here, right? So, and here also at that point day is screwed. Now both sides are active and you can see it. See, sellers were dominated here at that point from 580 486, right? So I said you can even short here. In this code I said if someone wants to short, you can short right here, you know, but there is no guarantee how far price can go down. Because of NQ, open drive story is over, but still there are buyers here in NQ. Okay, so same, see, if NQ is not gonna go down too much, ES will not go down faster. So we didn't take a short, you know, I didn't take a short. I think none of the members even took a short here, you know. So we watched it, and now you can see it, even if you took a short. But if you did not take a profit here, look, price bounce again, right? So it was around like 10.15, which is from this 27, right? So ES made a new low for the day, right? Almost to the Globex, even way below Globex low right here, right? While NQ was holding 456 dream number. See, that was the sign that ES is not gonna go down much. So you can technically go long after seeing this hold up. You can go long in NQ, targeting this area again, you know. And ES also, see, this was the preferred buyers area, see that? So you can go long in ES also, but then, you know, it's intraday, it's difficult to justify the long here, even though it's a good level, preferred buyers, straight exhaustion down there, right? And divergence with NQ. It was a perfect scenario, you know, to go long here. But look at internals, see that? Totally bearish, liquidation kind. Look at AD, minus 1600. Momentum, 100% below zero, keep hitting minus 600. See? So this could be a breakdown, right? Nice breakdown. And NQ also failed to hold above this, and now it is coming down at this point. It is hard to justify the case for a long in ES. NQ being NQ, it may go back up here at least one more time, and it will give you some profit, you know. But ES, it's hard to justify. So NQ you can go long here, but ES, it's hard to justify, you know. So you have to take a risk here. You have to rely on NQ and NQ's bias, you know, and pretend that it will hold it, you know. Then you can take this long. Otherwise you have to wait, zoom down to the second chart here, and then you pick your trade here. So the way, if I want to do it, I will zoom down to the smaller time frame, and I know I have to take a long into this area somewhere, right? And then I can target only up to this area, and then I have to scale, rest break even, you know. So in order to get here, which is 33.34, I have to get 29.50, right? This candle somewhere into this range I have to go long. Then I can barely get 4 points. See? So where is my long? If you zoom in to the lower time frame in a second chart, you can find long right here. See that? And then you can bail out here, right? Then when it pull back here, correct, like this, see, that's the first long, right? Now it reacted, correct? So when it reacts, reaction happens, you want to see what? You want to see price holding it, because now since it bounced hard, right? Look at this straight bounce. Look at NQ at that time, 1021 here, right? So it NQ, once it broke down below this 473, right? You don't want NQ to go above 473 again. The moment you see this bar, then whoever sold it here, they will get panic. They will bail out their position. That will lift up the price high back to this high. So that is essentially this long is for, you know, 1025, right? 30 area, right? Since that was 30 was the area, no, but I would say maybe let's draw this 50%. See that? So I don't draw it 50% every day, right? But it happens to be, see, matching it. I just realize it, right? So it's a pullback basically, right? What was the time? 10:25, which is right here. See, after this breakdown, right? Nice breakdown. It should not have like pop back up quickly, because then you know it's a divergence. This good level, if you see that much bounce, it may go back up. That's all it is. So you can go long here, scale here again when this candle, right? And then you put your stop right below this breakout bar, which is here. Rest, you hold it when it goes here like this, right? And then NQ just here 1032. Where is 1032? Right here, right? This high. Now you know day is screwed already, right? Because when ES went down, correct? So now you can't rely on buyers 100%. So you have to take a profit at this high, you know, and then you're done, right? And then after, so official trading was over. My official trading was over at this time, right? Then I was watching. So at 10:20 I said I'm not going to trade anymore, you know, on either side, right? But then somebody said let's do sim, right? So I usually trade sim after that. So I said I don't want to even sim trade, but then somebody requested it, so I said, so he said up to 11 o'clock, right? So I said fine, up to 11 we'll watch the price and do sim. So this, all the different arrow trades were sim trades. But since I can do only one in a choppy market, I choose to go with NQ, because NQ was still holding by buyers, right? The price was held by buyers. ES was choppy. So I took all these longs. You know, my target was 540. That was my target when it bounced here, right? That was my ultimate target. You know? And then here I build out and officially turn off the trading, right? And then later in the day, while I was working outside, hold on, so what did I type? I typed something. Okay, so this is what I typed. 12:35, right? So 12:35, which is was it 12:35? Yeah, 12:35. Yeah, NQ was right here at 5:35 at that time. Okay, so here I said 553, 567, 584 in NQ, and if ES breaks out above 40, then but for ES 444, 48, 51, 53 all are resistance. So if it goes above it by chance, then only NQ will sit in a rocket. So basically NQ will behave like a rocket, you know. But these are the level 553, 567, 84, 44, 48, right? So now you watch what happened here, right at 12:42, right? Or 12:42. ES touch 53, correct? Now let's watch. NQ watched touched 53, right? Then 12. What was the time? 12:42, right? 12:42, right? Here ES touch 44. This is a 44 line. See, and how they touched it, if you look at very carefully, you know, it was a spike up move like that. See, up to this point they were balancing, right? And now look at the straight spike into 44, right, which is resistance, right? R 553 touch. See that here See here the high was 548. Then at 1242 they both spiked up 553 touch. The moment they spiked up, I was watching second chart, and then it immediately like touched it and reaction. See, that was the sign, that done deal means that is R. So 553, 1240. See, 553, 544 combination hit in both together with the intraday breakout above 41 in ES, hold or die. The way it happened, immediately I got an alert at 543, and 44. So immediately I typed it, that hey, do or die here, and then you can see it, the death happened. Slow death. See that? Now let's see if NQ. See, NQ did not go above it at all. Slow death, right? Slow death, painful death. So that's why it's very important, to observe this price and in accordance with the levels, and then it will give you a guideline. See, death means doesn't mean you have to short, right? Because shorts are not allowed, at least in NQ. And if NQ is not going down, shorts are not allowed in ES also. But at least you can take a profit here, right? So after this point, there is no point trading it. That's it. Buyers got their target, achieved it. Then they may do ping pong, So here, see, buyer's target in case of an up move, this box was the target. That's it. Price is in the box. Okay. So that be all for today.